Hey everybody, welcome to Zoe's Treasures. My name's Tracy and I'm here with my husband Noel. And you know what, I'm super excited today because I think we've got some really cool items to bring you. So let's just jump right into it. You know what I always forget, and I swear if you've been in my shows, you know I always forget this, is to put my show notes in. So let me get those in really quick. There is a coupon code in the show notes. The bin is loaded, so feel free to ask for anything. Always happy to show you stuff. And I accept pretty much all offers. I don't think I've ever really said no to an offer. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started with our very first thing today. And if you did any pre-bids and I'm missing it, please holler at me. Whatnot doesn't make it always easy to see those pre-bids. Okay, so our first item today are just some like little filler decor type things here. So you're going to get 3. These are vintage music notes. And I'm going to put them down on our other camera so you can see them a little bit better. But it's 3 vintage music notes, and they're actually pages from like vintage like music books. And I just rolled them up, put a little piece of string and some fake lavender on there. So we're going to run 3 of those pretty little things. And those make great little filler items. And that is up and going for $1, 3 for $1. Can you guys believe Thanksgiving is like next week? Thank you for your bid. IR Mirajas, probably slaughtering the name. I do apologize. Thank you for your bid. There we go. My husband's saying it the right way, probably. How would you say it, honey? You need to say it so they can hear you, because I don't say it correctly. All right. Next.
Thank you, Miss Irma.
Thank you. All right, next up is this really neat little Alan Frederick handcrafted creamer. This one was made in Italy, and I think it's really neat. I mean, it reminds me of Ironstone. I don't think it is, and it has some chips and a ton of crazing, which I think gives it character, but it's that classic white look. And on the bottom, it says the Alan Frederick, made in Italy, and handcrafted. So I just thought it was a pretty neat little one to add to like a collection, like if you're mixing in with your Ironstone, or you just need something to, put some other decor in. So that one is up and running. So I've come across a couple of really good auctions lately that I was able to get some stuff at. And my next show on Wednesday is going to be all like rusty crusty stuff. Well, I'm gonna have a variety, but we're gonna have a lot of rusty crusty primitives on the Wednesday show. So next up, maybe we can look at these from the top so you can see how beautiful these are. This is a set of like antique and vintage, and I say a set just because there's more than one. Antique and vintage silverware, and they're so pretty, and they're all different shapes and sizes and decor style. I want to just get them pinned here really quick. I knew that was going to happen. But I love some of these, like this one with the little flowers on there. I think it's so pretty. And then you've got these like odd shaped spoons. I'm sure there's a purpose for them. I don't know what it is. And a little tiny, this reminds me of like a seafood fork. It almost looks like something like Ariel from The Little Mermaid would have found. But they're really pretty. Most of them are marked W.M. Rogers or W.B. Rogers. But I do think they're silver plate. I don't think they're real silver. Fun pieces to add into a vignette, though. So you're going to get all of those pieces, $3. I think there's 8 of them there. But I was saying, I cannot believe Thanksgiving is next week. Like, this year has flown by. Thanks for looking at that. All right, so next up is a true antique. So this is so pretty. Let me just move my computer out of the way. There we go. All right, so this is a all wood antique wood shelf. So this is like early 1900s, and it's just made really well. But I love the design to it. And it has the little thingy here you can attach to the back to hang it up with, because there is not one on the back, but it comes with it. So that's just a fun little shelf that you can put in some space. And we're gonna run that one for $6. Well, there we go, get some light. You can actually see that really pretty detail there. Like how the sides go. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. If I had a spot in my house, this would definitely already be on the wall. Thanks for looking at that. All right, next is a fun little bucket. I say bucket, it's like a little planter that I found. Where did I put it? Here we go. So it's like a little pottery piece, but what is so neat about it, it has this little wooden handle. So it's a wire here, but it has a little wooden handle. And it has the distressed look with it, with the flowers. I just think it is so cute. We're gonna put it over here, but let me move that silverware out of the way. Sorry if that's loud. All right, we're gonna go ahead and run that. That is up and going. I just love this little handle, and there's like a ton of crazing on there, which is so pretty on that glaze. Thanks for looking at that one. So I have 2 brass deer. We'll start with the first one. This is one I marked down pretty low. And the reason I marked it down so much is because it's little ears. Like, who would chop off the tips of the ears? But somehow, just the very tip of each of this guy's ears is missing. They broke off. But I still think it's really pretty. And when I first picked it up, I didn't even notice that until I was taking pictures. And then I'm like, oh, those poor little ears. So that one's running for $3. Brass deer for your Christmas decor. And actually, that can pretty much go any time of year. And then we have another one. This one is just he's bending over like he's eating. And this one has his ears. His ears are intact. They're nice and good. So we're gonna run him. Nothing wrong with this guy. Maybe just need a little bit of scrubbing up there, maybe a little bit of shining. But other than that, in really great shape. Thanks for looking at that. We have a little scuttle here, a little copper piece, which is adorable, very primitive. It almost looks like it's like a rough cut to it. That's a little miniature copper scuttle. Oh, it looks really pretty with some floral coming out of that. We're gonna run that for $3. Thank you for looking at that. I love a lot of these old like tins, especially when they are full and never been used, because I think they're really cool that way. So here we have the Clabber Girl baking powder, never opened. The label is totally intact there, and this may have been a free sample because it's stamped on the back there, but it is full, it's heavy, you could tell it's never been opened, and I just thought that I didn't pay that. That was from a long time ago. I just thought that was really neat. We're going to run that for $3, up and going. Thanks for looking at that. Next we have a cloche. You can never have enough of these. I have a couple in my house. They're so popular. You can dress them up for any season. I actually have another one listed in the auction tab that has Christmas in it. This one, glass is perfectly intact, nice thick glass, no cracks or chips. And then you got the base. It is a wooden base. It looks a little weathered, but this one is pretty neat because it has a 3 feet on there, so it's not sitting directly on the base itself. It's a little 3-footed one, but a good size cloche. And that is up and going. Thanks for looking at that. Let me just move that one out of the way and I can show you the next item we have here. So up next are these absolutely stunning cobalt blue glass candlesticks. If you do the blue and white Christmas, how beautiful are these? There is one call out which I'll show you. They are in perfect condition as far as chips and cracks. There are no chips or cracks. Not sure, did I find out who makes them? I know I did not find out who the maker is. The call out here is somebody put a piece of tape on it right here. So you just need some like Goo-Bagon or something to get that tape off. But no chips or cracks. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to run the set for $10. Thanks for looking at that one. We have another 10 for my primitive friends out there today. Let me just put those candlesticks up. This one is a Coleman's mustard. What a great pop of color to add into somewhere. So this is a vintage Coleman's mustard. And look, you even get a savory ham recipe on there. This has been opened, but there's actually a little something inside there. I can feel something clanging around. I didn't open it. A little bit of rusty crusty. And that is running. All right, how about a little trip down memory lane to the 70s with this next item? Absolutely vintage. I'm from the 70s, so I know this is vintage. This is so pretty. It is like an apothecary jar, but you can't take the lid off. It's all sealed. With the dried floral inside, no chips or cracks. And I don't know if you can see it from the top. There's a little butterfly right there. I don't know, it doesn't show up too well, but we got a little butterfly in there. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful piece. And that is running for $8. I don't think the camera does this one justice. It is so pretty in there. I think the lights are reflecting on the glass too much, but it's gorgeous. All right, next we have a little Wedgwood cup that I thought was a little unique. I thought it was pretty. Tons of crazing, and of course crazing makes everything better. And I wish my eyesight was good enough to read this. I think it says the White Swan, Stratford, Avon, Worcestershire. I think that's what it says. Pretty close to that. Shows a little village scene, and then you have the Old G Inn on the back. But there's just a ton of crazing. So pretty. I'm going to run that for $2. Up and going. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll do that right now. No problem. Let's go to the first one. So this brass deer, this is the first one, and it's the one that I have listed for $3. And the reason that one's listed a little bit less is because the ears, somebody broke off the very tip of the ear, and I was saying earlier that you can't, I didn't see it at first, so I went to take pictures, so he still has most of the ear, but the little tips are off on that one. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. $3. Thanks for your bid. And Crack Shack Heron, thank you so much. We'll go ahead and get that other deer going. This guy's in perfect condition. His ears are intact. And he is really pretty. I think the only thing, maybe shine him up a bit if you like him that way, or kind of leave him a little duller looking like this. And thanks for the bid. And thank you so much, Crack Shack Heron. Let me find that baking soda here. I just saw it on my list. Here we go. right, so we have unopened baking soda. Label is completely intact. And I think it was really neat. I've never seen it stamped free sample on the back. But completely intact baking soda. That's not what I paid. I mentioned that earlier. That came to me and that just like that. And that is up and running, $3. Thanks for your bid. And Crack Shack Karen, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Oh, and look at it. It's doing it now. Have you guys noticed that Whatnot changed the little, like when somebody wins, it flashes on the screen? I see it in some shows, but not in all of them today. It's kind of been hit or miss, so I don't know like why some shows have it and some shows don't. All right, up next is this little creamer. This is Hyalin Pottery, pretty popular pottery brand. And it is turquoise, which is so pretty. You just don't see pottery in that color very often. No chips or cracks, gorgeous coloring. And you can see that it does say the Highline USA on the bottom. And it is the little creamer with a little, what's that, fruit on there. Lost my words. All right. That is up and going. Whatnot's been making just like little tweaks in the background, and some of them are pretty cool. I like how it spins when it says like who won. Thank you so much for looking at that. Next we have a large, very, very large stein. Let's see if I can, you know what, I'm just going to hold this one up. We're going to look at me for a minute. So this is the biggest stein I think I've ever seen. It is huge. But it's really neat. It has like this whole warrior scene with the warriors fighting on there. And it is in great condition. No chips or cracks. No marks on the bottom. I don't know who makes it. Very clean on the inside. I know you can't really see. Get it in the light. Very clean on the, this way. There we go. Nice and clean on the inside. So I don't know if you actually drink beer out of these things or you guys just like put them for decor. I have never owned one. This is the first one I've ever had. But I thought it was pretty neat. I would put some like big, like wooden spoons or something, you know. I would treat it like a crock. That's what I would do. Umbrellas. Oh, umbrellas. That would be good. It'd be good for umbrellas. All right, this next one I'm gonna have to hold up too because this is the largest cloche I have come across personally. I actually picked this one up for myself, and I was gonna do like a little Lazy Susan on the bottom. Oops, this way, which way? There we go. Little Lazy Susan on the bottom and put all kinds of Christmas stuff in here. But then I bought too much Christmas stuff and it doesn't fit. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. But this is a large cloche. It's a little bit thinner glass. It's not that thick, heavy glass, but it's not super delicate. And what I put the size in there, 10.5-inch diameter. So there on the bottom, 10.5 inches.
I'll try to run it. Hold on.
I got it. And we're going to go ahead and give that a run. And it's about 10 inches tall. I couldn't get the exact height, because I'm like measuring from the side, but it's about 10 inches tall. But this would be so pretty, like as a centerpiece, if you had like a Lazy Susan to put this on, or even just like a large wood cutting board, would look so cool with this. All right, thanks for looking at that one. We have an ironstone platter. Let's see, of course I have it buried here, so give me a second to unbury it. We have a couple ironstone platters. This one, though, is the pink and white one, which is so pretty. So we have a pink and white ironstone platter. This is Maddock and Sons. So just gorgeous. A tiny bit of crazing, but no chips or cracks. We're going to run that. It is 15 inches by 15 inches long, 10.5 wide. And that is up and running. Thank you for looking at that one. We have a few pieces of either ironstone or like transferware today. So the next one we have is, let me make sure I get the right one because I've got a bunch of these like red and white. This is amazing. Okay, is this the plate? That's this one here. Make sure it's the right one, yep. So this is an ironstone plate, and this is transferware. Very, very pretty here. This is, what is the design? It's like the castle design, so it's the masons with like the castle design on there. You can see the back of it. No chips or cracks. That great red and white. And that is up and running for $3 for that plate. And it says Vista, England, permanent and acid resisting colors. Patent ironstone. Thank you for your bid. And Shabby Chic Farm Designs, that's going to you. Thank you so much. We have a few other pieces of the red and white, not that exact pattern, but a few other pieces. So this one is a plate and bowl set. This is Memory Lane ironstone. So you get both pieces, and this is kind of that country scene with the little cabin on there. So it has a little cabin, and it has like the boy at the water with the cows. It is Memory Lane. It does say Royal Ironstone on the back. So you get the dinner plate, and then it also comes with like a little dessert bowl that matches the exact same pattern there. We're going to go ahead and put that down. And that is up and running. $5 for both pieces. Thanks for your bid. And Shabby Chic Farm Designs, thank you so much. All right, this last piece here, I'm just going to hold up and show you. This is not ironstone, but it's like the same red and white, so I'm kind of thought it would go good in this show today. So this is Spode. This is Copeland Spode's Tower, England, so it's from England. It may be ironstone, I just don't, it has a little ring to it. But it doesn't say ironstone, and I won't write ironstone on something unless I can like research it and know 100%. But it is no chips or cracks. This is a pretty castle scene, red and white. And that is up and going, $5 for that plate. Thanks for your bid. Thank you very much. This is a really pretty one. I love the castle design on there. It's kind of fairyland. LTT Fritz, thank you so much.
On its way to you.
Let me just move these other ones, put these away over here so I don't get them mixed up. All right. Moving right along. We have some plain white ironstone, just your classic platters. This is the big one. So this is Meakin. This is 16.5 inches, and oh, this one's heavy. This has some weight. This is Meakin Brothers ironstone, classic white, nice and nice like glaze to it there. No crazing, no chips, no cracks. You can see that mark on the back, and you can get a workout with this one. And that is up and running. This one is really, the weight of it surprises me. You add a turkey on there and you're, goodness gracious. And thank you for looking at that one. I think we have one more we'll get to in a minute unless somebody wants me to jump to it. I'm going to work my way down wherever we were on the list here. Let's see, we did the cloche. All right. Next up is a little Christmas item. This is dusty. It came out of storage, but little wipe down would be just fine. How fun is this sled? This is a metal. I don't think it's cast iron, but it's metal. And red wood, and the wood definitely has age and wear to it and just adds that character. So what a fun decor piece. And it is 19 inches long. So 19 inches top to bottom, so really good size there. Thank you for your bid. Just a fun piece. I think you can do so much with this. Shabby Chic Farm Designs, thank you so much. And
Great
you've just
purchase.
unlocked, what is that? Silver.
Welcome to Silver Level.
All right. Next up is my little Christmas tree vignette. I don't do vignettes that often. I don't feel that they're my calling. So I'd rather just sell all the pieces and let you guys do it. But this one I tried to do. I'm gonna put it up here so we can take a look at it. I tried my hand at one. So it's a little cloche. You obviously get the cloche. No chips or cracks on that cloche. And it's a little wooden base. A tiny bit of wear, and this is contemporary. Honestly, I just went and picked that up because I wanted a little tree in there, but it lights up. And then you've got the faux, like berries, holly and berries around there. I thought it was just cute. It does sit, the tree just barely touches the top, so it kind of sits on there like that. I thought it was super adorable, and that is up and running. You can always just take it apart and use it for whatever you want after the fact. Thank you so much for looking at that. Now, when we talk Rusty Crusty, I think this is the epitome of our primitive Rusty Crusty here. Let me get this over here to show you. If this came to me just like this, I have not opened it up. I do not know how many years these buttons have been sitting in here. This is like straight out of a barn somewhere. This is old though, so there is some dirt in there. There's a ton of buttons. It's filled to the brim. All I did was run it under water and wipe off the outside. So everything on the inside is authentic, old. And we're going to run that for $3. Thanks for your bid. Thank you so much. We're going to add that to your box. I appreciate you. And you've unlocked the bronze tier.
Welcome to Bronze Level.
All right, this is a true sewing tin. So it has the handles, which is so fun. How often do you see a tin that actually has the little handles on it? There are little dings and dents on here. This has been used, but such fun colors. It's like a reddish burgundy with the blue flowers, blue and black flowers. It definitely has some age to it. And then at one point in time, let me get this opened here. Somebody put a little liner down there and even left their needles, the little sewing needles. So I just left them in there. How fun is that though? An authentic sewing tin with the little handles on there. And that is up and running. Thanks for looking at that. I have two of these birds that are very similar, but I decided to separate them because I just wasn't sure if somebody would want both or just one. So I'm like, well, we'll just do them separate. And here's the first one. I think ceramic birds are just, you can put them anywhere. I mean, I love birds in general, but these ones are so pretty. So they're white and it just has kind of like this. That's not dirt. It's made to look like that. Kind of just has that vintagey feel. I do not know how vintage these are. That says on the bottom, not for food use. So, I mean, if we're putting some warnings on there, they're probably not like super, super old, but they're adorable. And that's going to run. That is about 8 inches long from the tip to tip and about 4 inches high. I found some other ones just like this one, kind of like a reddish gold too, so I'm going to probably have those next week. All right, then we'll go ahead and run the other one. This other one's a little bit bigger. And I like it because it's like its head's up like it's looking at you. And I love how the tail feathers stick out. So this is just a little bit taller one, no chips or cracks, same design. Ceramic bird, and this one, like I said, is 10 inches. And the height is, well, I don't know, 6 inches. I love when I'm actually organized enough to put the dimensions in the description. Sometimes I forget to do that. Thanks for your bid. This is a good one. That's my favorite out of the two birds, is this one. Shabby Chic, thank you so much.
On its way to you.
Okay, we have another ironstone platter. This is the smaller of the two, and this one has so much crazing. This is a 13-inch one, and it is, I don't know if we can get the crazing on there. We can't, I know it's not showing up too much. Full of crazing on it. There we go. Now you can see it just all crazed up. The back, I'll turn it around in a second. It says Prince of Wales Royal Patent Ironstone. So that's the mark on the back. 13-inch platter. And we're going to run that for $8. That is up and going. Thanks for your bid. And this is like almost the perfect size, like not too big, not too small. This is really great size. Shabby Chic Farm Designs, thank you. Next we have our rooster platter. I don't know why I'm finding all kinds of rooster stuff lately. I think I may have shown this one last week, but this is really pretty. I just love the rooster on it, and I like how it just has this different edges to it. Like it's unique to me as far as the edges. The back says Marco e Cristina, made in Italy. Oh, there we go. Marco e Cristina, made in Italy. 15 inches across. And we're going to run this one for $6, up and going. And this is like a ceramic platter. But if you do that country, farmhouse, any type of that decor, this would fit right in there. I just love this part. Thank you for looking at that. Put it over here. Next we have, I found a Homeco nativity, and it is like brand new, but it's been in storage, so it's a little bit dusty. So it's still in the styrofoam, not in the box. I'm going to hold them so they don't fall out, and I'll take it out so you can see. But it's, the baby Jesus is what keeps falling. That's a little bright. So it is the Homeco pieces, and I'll take it out so you can see the Homeco. But you get all 4 pieces in the original styrofoam. And let me come bring it over here so you can actually see them. So you've got baby Jesus, you got a little shepherd boy, and what I'm guessing is probably Mary and Joseph. And they all have their original Homeco stickers on there. It's 5258. And like I said, no chips or cracks, but they've been in storage, so just a little bit of dusting off is all they would need. The whole set for $5 there. Such a fun little Homeco set. Thanks for your bid. And I like that they come in the styrofoam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I like that they're in the styrofoam so that I know I'm going to be able to package them really well. Next up we have another baking powder tin. This one, the labels kind of come off some, but it's still pretty vintagey. So this is KC baking powder. It was 10 ounces. It's been used, it's empty. And you can see the label's missing there. But this one is still fun with the red and the yellow on there. And I love how they used to do like the imprinting on the lids. That's pretty neat. And we're going to run that for $3. Thanks so much for your bid. And Crack Shack Karen, thank you so much. Got some cool tins today. Next
On
up
its way to you.
is this. We have a, I totally lost my cast iron dragonfly teapot. This is so cool. I hope you guys are going to be able to see the dragonflies on here because that's what got me. So you have the handle, which is just a metal, but this whole thing is cast iron. You have even the little T thingy in there. And you have the dragonflies, which are beautiful. Let me see if there's anything on the bottom. There's like a little maker's mark down there, probably from Japan. I can't read it. I'm assuming it's from Japan. Cast iron, though. It has a good weight to it, but it's so pretty. And I love how that when we show it from the front, it's like this thin little, like it's a short teapot. I just thought it was super unique. Thanks for looking at that one. Okay, this next one's pretty big. And I have had this displayed in my dining room for almost a year now. And I've decided it's time to let it go. The pictures, I don't know if the pictures do it justice. This is Federal Glass, 3-tier, like dessert tray with the little like gold metal things. If one of you do purchase this, I will take it apart to ship it. I made the mistake one time. I had one similar and I shipped it like this and it broke, so I will never make that mistake again. But this is gorgeous. I actually just came across a saucer that matches this pattern. And we're gonna run that. That is up and going. It is no chips or cracks. It's in beautiful condition. And like I said, I've just had that sitting in my dining room for the longest time. Thanks for looking at that. Next one we have a vintage cruets. It is a set of 2. So we have 2 of the red cruets, and these are probably like flashed because it's clear on the bottom. But these are Gemco, so these are absolute vintage. Let me put these up here. There is a call out, so you can see right on the front of there was a sticker of some sort. And I washed it, just did normal, like, Dawn dish soap and washing it. Couldn't get it off, but probably, like I was saying earlier, some Gooby Gone or something. They have the original stainless tops to them, but they are Gemco, made in the United States. Very classic. Get that set of 2 for $5. Thanks for looking at that. This next item, I didn't know whether I should save for Christmas, save for Easter, or put it up now, but I think it's good at Christmas or Easter. And this is a gorgeous candlestick holder that depicts the crucifixion. It is up and running. I meant to pin it, but I started it going there. No chips or cracks. And it is beautiful. It is frosted glass where Jesus is, and the rest of it is clear glass. Very pretty. Thanks for looking at that one. Next up, we have a serving dish, because, we all need serving dishes. And this is classic white and gold. So we have, okay, which way are we going here? Me and my husband like back and forth. Okay, we're going to stay here. This is a classic white and gold serving dish. Let me see, Bavaria, Austria. So it's kind of your standard one. No chips or cracks on it. You've got the gold handle, and even the paint is intact. There's no paint wear. It is mint. For being vintage, this is mint condition. Beautiful. $5 for that. You can serve your green bean casserole in there. Thanks for looking at that. Okay, next we have this. I don't know much about. Gonna just call it like it is. I don't know much about this guy, but it's plastic. It's a thermos, which a lot of thermoses were plastic, but it's ornate. So this comes off at the top. So this is the thermos inside here, and then this kind of like sits in this gold carrier, but I couldn't figure out how to get it off. But the lid unscrews here. And I would think maybe this was like a hostess thing where they would put their coffee in there to serve from. Nice and clean inside there. Like, I don't know if it was ever actually really used or not. So that screws right on there. The bottom comes off. I don't know why that comes off. because there's no hole on the bottom if you're looking from the top. But it's pretty neat. I mean, it's pretty ornate and fancy. We're going to run that one $3. It is gorgeous, isn't it? I was surprised when I picked it up. I expected this to be porcelain when I picked this up. But all right, next we have a pewter mug. And I'm going to say what I have heard said probably on every other Whatnot show I watch lately. Put a tree in it. Put a bottle brush tree in it. I actually have seen a couple Whatnot people put the trees in here, and they do look really great. Or candy canes in something like this would look great. This is a basic pewter mug. There is a little maker's mark on there, but I don't know what it says. It's in pretty good condition. I mean, it's been used before. I don't think you would use it for drinking out of anyways. It'd be some type of decor. We're going to run that for $2, and that is up and going. I think a bunch of candy canes would be fun to have in there. Thanks for your bid. Thank you, my friend. You're going to get a great box too. Excited to do packing this time. Okay, these are so neat. Look at these guys. They unfortunately will probably not get to you in time for Thanksgiving, but there's always next year. These are pink glass turkey salt and pepper shakers. I'm in love with these. Look at them. No chips or cracks. The tops are like metal. They're a little, like you can see red around it. I don't know if they were originally red and then they got rubbed off. This one has a little dent right there, but it's them pink glass turkeys. They're adorable. And they are running the set for $5. Thanks so much. Now this next piece, I am not a smoker. This is an ashtray, but this is actually more than just an ashtray. This is a collectible piece of pottery. So this is a Hyde Park ashtray. It's in a gorgeous teal blue, has this brass S on it. The only call out is that this little little part here to keep it from scratching is coming off, a little felt piece. But I mean, that to me isn't even a real call out. It says Hyde Park, number 1950. It is pottery made in the USA, and it is beautiful. So it may be an ashtray, but to me it's more than that. It is actually a piece of art pottery. My husband says you can put your keys in there. But nowadays, thanks so much for looking at that. You know, with all the cars that have the like the automatic start, like you don't have to actually put the key in the ignition. My keys almost never leave my purse. All right, Rusty Crusty people, primitive friends, we have a old water kettle. And I had one like this about 2 weeks ago that I sold without the lid. So if you take the lid off and you put florals in there, it is so cool. This one I love has the weathered, beat up black handle on the top. And just, it's a little dings and dents in here. It definitely shows its age, but it would be so fun to fill that with floral. Just like take that lid off and put a bunch of floral in there. And there we go. We're going to run that for $3. I love taking some of these things that aren't typical and like reusing them in other ways. I know that's just kind of like a Whatnot standard, I think, nowadays, is like repurposing things. Okay, I'm going to steal my decor from the back here. So this is another one of my attempts at a little Christmassy thing here. This is actually a wooden pepper grinder. So you can see it has the pepper grinder and the actual little metal piece is still in there. Took the lid off and put some holly or the little berry thingies in there. Love, love, love how weathered and just worn out this wood is. Absolutely gorgeous. A fun piece to add to your decor. That is $5 up and running. And thank you for looking at that one. Okay, this next one I'm going to have to hold, and this one has a little story. So this is a cake stand. Let's see, where is it? Okay. So this is a gorgeous cake stand, which I actually picked up, I thought, for Whatnot. Particularly, like I bought it specifically. I'm like, this is going to go on a Whatnot show because this would make a great riser. Like, look, first of all, like, look how pretty it is. So if you're looking at it from the top, it's gorgeous. And then look at from the sides, it's so pretty with the scalloped. And then I got it home and I took pictures, and I realized that one of these little guys here is completely missing. Look at that. So I priced it really low, and if you put that in the back, if you're using it for a riser, you wouldn't see. It's still gorgeous. It's still pretty. We're going to run it for $3. Up and going. But I just think this would make the best, like, riser for if you're doing a show. So, or you can use it as a kickstand. I mean, put it next to a coffee station and put your, like, syrups and stuff on there too. Thank you for looking at that one. All right, we're going to swing back up to the top of my list here. So I think we've gone through almost everything. So we're going to go back up and run through a few more of these items again. We have a little Alan Frederick handcrafted creamer. This one is from Italy. I'll put my decor back there. Okay. So this guy's from Italy, and he is covered in crazing, and he has a few little chips. But I think it would be absolutely gorgeous with like your ironstone collection. And it says Alan Frederick, made in Italy, handcrafted on the bottom. I saw some other Alan Frederick stuff, and it was going for quite a good price. This one's $3. Thanks for looking at that. We have a true antique. This is early 1900s. I got it with some other auction stuff from somebody's estate. And so true 1900s, handcrafted wood shelf. You can hang on your wall, or you can just sit it on something else. It comes with the little thingy here. You'd have to attach it, and that you can put onto the back to actually hang it with. But this is handcrafted, just beautiful wood, antique shelf. And again, you can sit it on something or you can hang it up. I think it is just beautiful. Somebody took their time to like cut all of that out. And thanks for looking at that. We have a little planter that I actually saw at the antique store 2 or 3 times. And then I finally am like, okay, it's still here. I need to buy this because it's adorable. Look at this. It's like a little pail, like a little bucket. And it's so like rusticy looking on the outside, like kind of beat up. I don't think that's natural aging. I think somebody made it look like that. So I don't know how old this is, but it is really cute. And it has a little wooden handle at the top. Look at that. So we're going to run that one, and we're going to drop that price a bit. And that is up and going. I thought it was so cute. And I love the pale blue. So, funny story, all of my walls in my house, we bought our house 2 years ago, were this blue color. I love it as a decor piece. I love it as an accent. I do not love it all over my house. I literally thought like the people who owned my house, it must have been on clearance, like the paint color, because every single wall in my house, and I've been painting like crazy for 2 years. I am down to one wall left. One wall that is not going to be that blue color. My husband reminded me, sorry. He has a wall in his office that he won't let me touch. All right, so next up, we're going to move over here. We have this little brass, is this brass or copper? This is a little brass scuttle bucket. It may be copper. I may need to change that. I could be wrong. So let me correct it live on air here. I think this is copper, not brass. It's a little miniature scuttle bucket, and it is cute. It would be fun with some florals or in a vignette. I am going to go change that. If it does not sell, I'm going to change that description. I do think it's copper, not brass. As I'm feeling it, it feels a little too light. So apologize for my error on that one. All right, thanks for looking. Next up, we have a cloche, and this is just a basic cloche. I didn't try to decorate this one. I just said, you know what? These things are so fun for vignettes. I know somebody out there wants a cloche. So, perfect glass is in mint condition, no chips or cracks, nice heavy top. And then you have the little feet on it. And you've got the beautiful weathered wood. There is some scratches and stuff there. It has been well loved, but I think that adds character to a cloche. If you know how to do good vignettes, this may be a great thing for you. I'm still working on my vignette skills. They're not totally where I would like to see them. Thanks so much for looking at that. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Ours is they just seem to go by so fast. It's so busy. All right, we have some beautiful blue, cobalt blue glass candlesticks. Let me get them pinned. No chips or cracks in these. Perfect condition except for one call out, which is on this guy here. It looked like there's a tiny piece of duct tape, and I can kind of pick at it and start to get it off, but I think it may need something a little stronger. Like Gooby Gone or something that helps kind of take that residue off of there. But that is the only call out. It is in mint condition. We're going to go ahead and get that running. I'm going to drop the price a bit on that one, and that is up and running. And that is for the set. Thanks for your bid. They are so pretty. Shabby Chic Farm Designs, thank you so much. If you do like blue and white throughout the year, or blue and white Christmas, or have that Delft stuff, oh, that's going to fit right in there perfect. All right, we have a Coleman's mustard little tin. If you collect the tins or like to add them into your displays. So this is yellow. I love the pop of color on this one. It has been opened. There's something clanging in there. But other than that, I mean, it's open. You get a savory ham recipe on the side. And that is running $3. Thanks for your bid. Crack Shot Karen, that's going to you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 70s flashback come in here. This is...
This Karen must be really close to my diamond level.
All right, this is a 70s little, I don't even know what the proper name for these things are. But this is an apothecary jar, but the lid is like, it's like all one piece. There's not a lid that you can remove. No chips or cracks in the glass. It's beautiful. And inside you have all the dried flowers and the little yellow and orange butterfly. Oh, there's a little piece of a butterfly over here too. It is so pretty. And that is up and going. This item here reminds me of when I was a little girl. I swear my mother had these things. Had like a couple of these type of decor pieces in our house. All right. We have another piece of gorgeous pottery. This is hyaline pottery. It is a creamer. No chips or cracks, but it is turquoise, beautiful, beautiful turquoise. It is, you can see the maker's mark on there, Hyaline USA. Very collectible type of pottery. I'd say it's clean on the inside. I would use it after I washed it out. And we're going to run that one up and going. Thanks for looking at that one. We have a large ironstone piece here. This is so pretty. I love platters. I am like, every time I go to the stores, antique stores, thrift stores, whatever it is, or estate sales, I'm always picking up platters. This one is beautiful, no chips or cracks. Not even really crazy on this one. This is just kind of your just clean looking. Beautiful though, pink, with the pink flowers on there. We may not be thinking pink flowers right now this time of year, but you know, it's only a few short months and we're going to be thinking to decorate with pink flowers. So it's coming. These also would be great. You could fill them with cookies and give them as a gift to somebody, and then don't worry about getting it back, and then they get this gorgeous platter filled with cookies. Be a great Christmas gift. Thanks so much for looking at that. So that's another use for all of these platters. Just gave myself an idea. I'm going to have to do that for some of my neighbors. Not all of them. They're not all very nice people. Some, though. My husband's rolling his eyes. He knows what neighbors I don't like. All right. We have, I like most of them. This heavy guy, like I was saying earlier, I showed this. This is a workout. This is a heavy piece of ironstone. 16 inches top to bottom, 11 and a half across. It is marked on the back, Ironstone Meakin Brothers and Company. You can see that, but it is marked. There is no crazing chips or cracks on this guy. Just a nice big old heavy piece of ironstone. Beautiful base. I want to give this one away. I want to fill this one with cookies. I would use this in my house. Maybe that's how I'm going to rate platters from now on, whether they're cookie worthy or whether you keep them. Like, there has to be a scale on that. We have a tin here. This is a real, honest to goodness sewing tin. You've always heard about tins, at least I did growing up, like, oh, that's a sewing tin. This is a real sewing tin. Like, look, it has these little handles on there. How cute is this? It is a little beat up. It has some love to it, but somebody took time to actually line the inside. Let's see if I can put the handle down. Somebody took time to put a lining on the inside, and they left some sewing needles in there, so I just left them in there too. The colors are beautiful, but it's an honest to goodness sewing tin. And that is up and running. See if I can not make a bunch of noise in the microphone and hurt your ears while I close this. There we go. My husband says we should fill this with cookies. I think the platters do better with cookies. That's my vote. My vote is for platters. All right, we have a little pottery bird. I'm going to put over here. All right, so this is a little bird. Just a little touch of elegance somewhere where you need a shelf sitter of some sort. He is so cute. I don't know exactly how vintage it is because it does say not for food use. And when a warning is like that, when a warning's printed on there, you know maybe it's not super, super old. But it's definitely cute. I try to stick to vintage as much as possible, but sometimes just, you know, I like something too much. All right, you guys, the bin is full if there's anything you want to see. I think I'm going to show one or two more items, and we're going to go find somebody to raid. There is quite a few really good raid trains going on today that I saw, so super excited about those. I have already done too much shopping on Whatnot today. Let's see. Okay, we have our rooster platter, another platter. This would be good to put cookies on. I would put cookies on this one. Yeah, I'll run that now. Tell you what, let me put this aside and I'll grab that cloche really quick. We can always come back to the platter. So, all right, we've got the super big, large cloche here. Let me just find it on the list and get it pinned. Oh, there it is. All right, so we've got this big, large cloche, 10.5-inch diameter, about 10 inches tall. Best I can measure. No chips or cracks. Yeah, my husband says it looks funny when I put this in front of my face. Thank you for your bid. My head shrinks. There we go. It's like those carnival mirrors. There we go. I'm afraid to like drop it. I'm like trying to be really careful so that I don't like drop this thing. Shabby Chic Farm Designs, thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to put this way over here. What? Oh, gold. Is this our first gold? No, I think we're pretty close. We don't have that many golds. Congratulations on reaching gold. All right, we're going to go ahead. I'm going back to the rooster because I like this guy. I like it. It's from Italy. No chips or cracks. $6. $6. My husband's like, no, you need to run it lower. You need to lower the price. So if you're interested, throw it in the chat. I will lower the price. Just because my husband's over there giving me like funny looks. Thanks so much for looking at that. All right, just a couple more here, and we'll find somebody to raid. I love this, you guys. I so want this to go home with somebody. All right, so Federal glass, 3-tier tray. Look at that beautiful design. Each tier on there, gorgeous design, no chips or cracks. Has like the little gold middle part here, not real gold, but you know, it's gold. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, if you buy this, I am going to take it apart to ship it, because when I was a new reseller, let's see, when I was a brand new reseller, I sold one, not this exact type, but a 3-tier tray that I did not take apart, and it got there and it shattered, and the lady wasn't very nice about it. So I learned my lesson. These will be taken apart to ship. Thank you so much for looking at that. I'm going to show my turkey shakers again because I like them. We're going to put them over here. These are little turkey salt and pepper shakers. They are pink glass. If you guys like pink glass, hang out, like bookmark some of my shows. I just unboxed like a huge amount of it. So more is coming. But they are turkeys, and they have a little metal lid. This one has a little ding in it. And I don't know if the lids were red, supposed to be red at one point, because there's some red showing on there. And we're going to go ahead and run those for $3 for the little pair of salt and pepper shakers. Little turkeys. They are adorable. Thanks for looking at that. My husband said take the lid off and use it as a shot glass for wild turkey. This is coming from a man who doesn't even drink. All right. We have a vintage wood grinder. Oh, we did. Okay. Vintage wood pepper grinder. And just look at the wood. Look how pretty that is. That age on there. That'll get me every single time. It is a pepper grinder. I do have the lid, so the lid would be included if you actually wanted to use it for pepper. I took the lid off so we can make it Christmassy. And you get the floral with it. And we're going to run that one for $4. That is up and going. I have the salt one too to it, but I actually put other flowers in it and put it on my table. All right. And with that, you guys, I just want to thank you for hanging out with me today. Thanks for just chilling with us, for your purchases and for just being you. We're going to go raid somebody. There's some cool raid trains, so let me go find somebody we can raid, and we'll see you next time.
Honey, what are you doing?
It is on right now.
Nothing?
Vintage and more.